Hello, accelerators. It's Diane Spadola, and it's time for Traction Tuesday at 12. I hope you'll join me today because I have a little bit of a story that I want to tell you, and then I want to welcome in some new members into the online classroom known as Accelerate Your Success. Let's get started. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about social media, and we're going to talk about the difference between your personal profile and your business page. So if you're a small business or an entrepreneur or a solo professional, or you're working a side hustle, you need to have a business page on Facebook. That's assuming that your ideal client is on Facebook. So if your ideal client is found more on LinkedIn, or you're an artist or creative professional and your ideal client is found on Instagram, then I encourage you to be on those platforms with a business profile, a company page, if you want to call it, a business page. That way, when people are looking to see if you're a legitimate business, they will find you there. But let's go back and talk a little bit more about Facebook, because a lot of my people, the solo professionals that are marketing challenged, they're on Facebook. Maybe not necessarily, didn't start that way for business, but they started it with a personal profile so that they could connect with family, friends, neighbors, stay in touch with the other people who do what they do, and also participate in lively discussions with family, friends, or neighbors. But let's talk a little bit about the error that can exist when you have both a public persona as well as a private persona. So the reason that you want to put stuff related to your business on your personal page is simple. For the most part, nobody, unless you're buying advertising, will see what's on your business page. So you could post on your business page once a day or even more often, although I encourage you not to do that. And maybe 1% of the people will see it unless you're buying ads. I know that's not great, but you have to remember that a few years back, Facebook changed to a pay-to-play platform, which means that they make their money with the advertising revenue that is booked by people like you and me and other large corporations in order to get their posts seen by more people. That's what Facebook wants. So that's what Facebook set up their business strategy to achieve. You want your posts to be seen by your friends, fans, and followers. So you're going to have this same sort of mindset of how do I get my posts in front of more people? And you're automatically going to realize that your personal page probably has more friends and followers than your business page does. As a result, you're going to have this desire to constantly be promoting on your personal page. Some people even have the strategy of posting first on your personal profile and then sharing that to your business page. So in addition to having so many more connections on your personal profile, typically people, your friends, your fans, your followers, even the people that don't believe what you believe or don't like what you like, those people are going to be more engaged on your personal page than they are going to be on a business page. I'm not going to talk about whether that's good or bad. I mean, obviously, if people are not into you and what you stand for, you don't really want them posting on your business page. But you'll find that people have a more candid response when you put something up on your personal page, and it's much more likely that that's going to emote a feeling or an action by the people that are reading it. So you're going to get more engagement on your personal page than you would probably get on your business page, unless you're providing really stellar content on your business page, or if you're paying for ads. Typically, people do not expect to be promoted to on personal pages, personal profiles on Facebook. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your conversation on your personal profile one that is not marketing specific, one that is not constantly promoting your business, and one that is not always talking about you, okay? Now, yes, it is your personal profile, but it can't become your business page because that's against the rules of Facebook. And the other thing is that your friends and family and community are not involved with you so that they can constantly hear about your business. That would be boring. However, one of the things that I do encourage people to do is be their true self. So if you are a little wacky, then you want to be wacky on your business profiles as well as on your personal page, because people will look from one to the other. Right now, especially for solo entrepreneurs or small businesses, the lines between business profiles and personal pages have become really, really blurred. And I want to tell you a story about something that happened recently, just so that it won't happen to you. I follow a lot of people on social media. I connect with a lot of people that I consider to be gurus or masterminds or just super intelligent advisors or mentors. I often will connect with people that are the author of books that I have read that I've really enjoyed. Now, I read a book last year. It was really good. It talked from a management perspective about why you want to focus on your people when you're thinking about leadership, okay? Now, that may sound like super common sense, but one of the things that I noticed when I was working in corporate is that people will often put themselves first. It's their desire to get to the top of the mountain, their desire to be promoted, their desire to put the best work in front of other people so that they can then achieve their dream, all right? But as a manager, as a true leader, you always want to put your people first. And from a marketing perspective, you want to do exactly the same with the ideal client that you're striving to serve. So you want to put your ideal client first and foremost at all times. And that means you got to be really careful about posting things that will polarize your clients into those that love you from those that hate you. So let me continue on this story. Content put out on social media does all kinds of things for you. It builds your expertise, it shares your beliefs and values. That's the key point I want you to remember from today's lesson. It lets people know you personally, it adds value, it sets you apart, and I consider it to be the secret sauce for marketing. So put your stuff out there, whether you have a blog, whether you have a video blog, whether you have a podcast, whether you have a newsletter, whether you are posting regularly with something, okay? It doesn't have to exactly be in your business niche, but obviously if you're trying to establish yourself as an expert, it should be in your business niche. Because if you want people to see you as that person who is the expert, who is the guru, who is sharing wisdom, then make your post be at least somewhat about those things. So let's talk about where I got into trouble last week. This is the program that we have in Accelerate Your Success. In my private membership group, the driver's seat, I teach this number 4, which is be authentic and from the heart. And what I try to get people to do is try to get people to establish a set of beliefs or values that they can share with their potential customers, their peeps, if you will. So I ask them to identify those values and beliefs about the work that they do so that they can put that out into the universe, because one of the things that I've learned is through relationship marketing, you can advertise all live long day. We don't usually do that. But the important thing is that people want to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So they're going to look for companies or solo business professionals that share their worldview, who believe the same things that they do about customer service, about on-time delivery, about the quality of whatever, about the personality between the buyer and the seller. All of those things are part of how an ideal client connects with the person that they are purchasing from. So, as I mentioned, I read this book. It was all about start with your people. The author had a very holistic and giving attitude towards the people that had worked in his company. And he was basically sharing the gospel about how important all those other people were, their lives, their dreams, their fantasies, where they wanted to get in life, how they were taking care of their families. And that as a leader or a manager, he had to think about all of those people before he thought about himself. Okay, so to keep the story going, then what I saw is I saw all kinds of kudos for this author, okay? So people are actually acknowledging that that message came through. Good for anybody that wants to make a lasting impact and live an abundant, meaningful life. This person will show you the path to putting people first and why it is the best way for doing business. Okay, all of these people who were listed on the back cover of his book talked about the fact that going from a project-centric approach to people-centric was a good thing. That being unselfish in thinking about the other guy first is the way that you're going to win. Okay, it's the way that you're going to succeed. So of course, I was like all in because I love doing things for other people. But then on his private Facebook page, where I am a friend, I saw this. Today, this is written in his words, I went to the grocery store without a mask. Honestly, it felt incredible. He talks a little bit about how he had a secret with the other people that were in the store not wearing masks. And then he talks about how going maskless felt like freedom, like he was standing up against fear, that it was the strangest feeling, and it felt great. Okay? Now, I personally believe that one of the things that we can do, and I'm not putting this out there to get people riled up, I'm just sharing my worldview because I want people who know, like, and trust me to come to me, and I want people to know what my worldview is so that if they share that worldview, they'll know that I'm the right one for them. All right? At this point, I got a little funny feeling in my stomach because I realized that what he was doing was he was taking his mask off on a with the personal objective of saying, you cannot deny me my freedom of breathing without a mask when I walk into a store, okay? And he put it on his personal page, which I had access to because I follow him on his business page. He put it on his personal profile. I follow his personal profile because I acknowledge that he's a business leader that I felt that I had a lot of things in common with. And with this one post, he lost me. All right. Now, you might think that mask on, mask off, vaccine, no vaccine is not a good way of choosing the person that you're going to buy from. But it's what we do. Okay. We like people that share our worldview. And the same views that we have related to things in politics, things in religion, things related to diversity, child rearing, anything that you could possibly imagine, we're going to look for people that share the same world that we do, especially when it comes down to whether you put yourself first or whether you put the people that you're serving first. All right? In one post, he explained to me that he's not really about the people that he was serving. He's really about establishing personal freedom for himself. And that turned me off in a really big way. So I can't follow him anymore. His book was still good, but I encourage you that if you have a public business, especially if it's attached to your name, like Joe Smith Incorporated, all right? Diane Spadola. I don't know, Beyonce. Your personal and your business pages are going to be intermingled whether you like them to or not. 1% or less of your followers are going to see your business page. That's next to nothing, all right? But your personal page is probably going to have a lot more traction. Politics, religion, sex, in some cases money, in some cases personal relationships like dating, marriage, stuff like that. They're all polarizing topics, okay? They can cause people to come to you because they share your worldview, or they can repel potential ideal customers because you don't believe the same things that they believe. People will buy from people who share their worldview. So consider your professional persona when you're posting on your personal page. And if in fact you want to keep things really private, then keep things private by not opening your personal page or your personal profile to the world. Now, I'm not encouraging to shut it down, but I am encouraging you the same way as I encourage my college-age daughters. If you don't want people to see it on Facebook, don't post it. Okay, this is how you can find me. Best place to reach me is probably at LinkedIn. And you can, let me see if I can get this to play. There we go. So you can find me at LinkedIn. You can go to Instagram at Diane Accelerates. We have 3 fun people to welcome into the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group today. One is Svetlana Novikova. She lives in Texas and she is an artist. One is Heaven, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Fagan. And then Kathy Moylan. All right, welcome to Accelerate Your Success. I certainly hope that my online classroom has an opportunity to boost your business. It is Taco Tuesday, and if you have a tool or an app that you can't live without, I would appreciate it if you would post it in the Facebook group today under a Taco Tuesday post. For those of you that are already in the group, you definitely want to go to the files section because 2 weeks ago we updated the Taco Tuesday resource guide, and you can download it in the files section for free. So that's all I have for this week. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.